up? Hey, Spellman. Michael B. Jordan here. I want to surprise you guys with my favorite food trucks. Oh, I may have an extra surprise waiting for a few of you guys.
Go see the trailer of Creed 3.
We gotta come on, let's go have our lunch and let's go prepare for this.
Please hold your love for Michael B.
I know how tough it is to be a young creative, so I'm gonna pull a couple names. I'm gonna give $3,000 to your education.
This pays off my student debt.
Oh, yeah, and everybody here is definitely getting tickets to the premiere, so I'll see you guys. This is the first ever trailer for Creed 3. You guys are the first people to see this in the world, period.
Creed 3.
In theaters.
March 3rd, 2023. It's going to be amazing.
Adonis Creed. I've been living with this character for 8 years. We laughed, cheered, cried together. The core pillar of this franchise is figuring out who you really are and what's worth fighting for. In Creed 3, I wanted to know what Adonis's limits were. So, to be able to finally step behind the camera and continue to elevate and evolve this story is something I'm eternally grateful for. Hey, my man, can I help you?
You don't remember me, huh?
Damien. As a storyteller, you really put a piece of yourself into your films, from personal desires and goals to shortcomings, failures, mistakes.
Curious what happened with you two?
We was like brothers.
I was the best, though. Man, I never got a chance to prove that.
Creed 3 is not just your typical boxing movie. We really want to take advantage of the emotional journey of the characters and put that into the ring and have it pay off in a physical way.
Something is going on with you.
Damien was like family.
Hey, what you doing, man?
Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
Do what I gotta do. Some of my methods, you might disagree with me.
This is the first sports film to be shot on IMAX cameras. With the IMAX experience, you can take in the environment in a way that you normally wouldn't. You're able to see every bead of sweat, every impact, the ripples in the skin, the sounds of the footsteps, the punches, the music, the lack of sound, and really immerse yourself into the entire world.
I'm coming for everything.
You threatening me? Everybody has a past. Everybody has things that they wish they could have done differently. So to be able to see a character like Adonis go through some of those things, I hope audiences walk away feeling inspired. Have the courage to do something that you normally wouldn't do.
I ain't scared of death. What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
I need you to...
Hey, what's up, y'all? Sid the Entertainer. I want y'all to check out Pick TV Network. That's right, Pick TV Network. They got 60 free channels on Roku. This is dope. They also started the brand new Coaching World channel at $9.89. So if you are a content provider, you are a young business with an opportunity to build a platform where you can have your own show, do some programming, check out Pick TV Network on Roku. They got over 60 free channels for you to check out and also grow a business. Go and see them now. See the content, see what they have to do, learn something, check them out, all right? Pick TV Network, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey everybody, this is David Evans from Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. We're so happy for all of you who are watching right now. The hottest show on Pick TV Network is Hello America. And we're so happy tonight. We're going inside the ring tonight. And I'm going to bring on, the man from Chicago, Brother O. Came up with another great group of people coming on tonight. A little something different for you guys. Poetry World King is here himself. The Poetry World King is here. Brother O, how you feel, man?
I'm good. Blessed to be here, and I'm excited about my guest. We just finished doing our last show, and it's been a long day, but I really wanted these poets to come on here today and just talk about the work that they're doing right here in our city. So It's a wonderful night.
Yeah, we got to put the work in, man. I want to say hello to everybody watching around the world, our friends in Mexico and those who watching with us from Brazil, France, Panama, Mexico, Paris, Peru, Argentina, Egypt, Canada, Ireland, West Africa, United Kingdom, Australia, Germany. Everybody watching through Roku. This device right here goes around the world with interpreters. So you have this, you got Pick TV Network around the world, 68.9 million people. Brother, let's get right into it. You got some of the best poets, man, in the Poetry World Showcase kickoff right here, right now. Let's go. Let's bring in your guests, man.
Yep. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So
hey y'all.
Hey, how you doing, Queen?
I'm good.
All right. So I want to start off with my guest. Genesis Silverman is a 31-year-old spoken word artist who hails from Chicago, Illinois. She is an Army veteran who founded and runs the online popular poetry cafe, Poetic High, known for featuring some of the greatest poets in the country. Poets like Grammy-nominated Queen Sheba, Def Jam artist Red Storm, Peabody Award winner Abyss Graham, platinum-selling recording artist Sonia Marie, Tony Award winner Georgia Me, HBO Deaf Poet alums, and many more. Ms. Silverman recently purchased an island in Aurora, Illinois. She named Zoetic Island for the Poets, which grand opening was Juneteenth of 2022. And also, we have Just Mike the Poet, who was inspired to write poetry after the sudden death of his sister in 1999. He has written well over 1,000 poems since then. In 2012, Just Mike decided to enter a poetry contest on the north side of Chicago, and this is where he then launched out and began to feature and perform live throughout Chicago and other states. Just Mike is now a 4-time published author, 3-time recording artist, and 7-time national award-winning poet with 17 national nominations. He's a 2-time slam winner, 1 national, and his newest spoken word album, Depths of a Poet's Soul, has been considered for the 2023 Grammy Awards for Best Spoken Word Poetry Album. Just Mike has also featured live during the WNBA Chicago Sky halftime show at Wintrust Arena. He's also been in several radio stations, magazines, as well as television, and he has hosted over 100 open mics and events throughout Chicago and other states. So please, everybody, give our guest a warm welcome. So we want to start with you, Queen. We're gonna let you start out first.
Okay.
Poetry. How'd you start writing poetry? What sparked your interest?
I always had an interest for it, but not like a deep interest until I started living life and having not so well experiences. My initial encounter with poetry was because I was trying to learn a new coping skill with domestic violence and becoming a mom and being deployed in Iraq, and it was like a soothing mechanism for me. So I kind of attached myself to it, and it just kind of went that way with me, and it helped me, save my life.
So that was when you began?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Wow. Whenever I think about the military, the Army, or anything like that, I think about a writer named Tim O'Brien. He actually, and I always suggest that people go and read that book. When I was in a poetry class, actually, creative writing class, I won't say a poetry class, but that was a book that I was introduced to, Tim O'Brien, The Things We Carry. So just if you have any experience in the military and you like writing, that's a book that I suggest. So do you remember your first poem that you wrote, and what was it like How was that feeling?
I feel like staff, they kept having me like counseling is big, but in the Black community, it's like cliche, like you're not supposed to do it. They see you as crazy, but it's actually a great tool to have in life to like talk to therapists besides like your family members and stuff like that, because they're not really biased. So like writing my first poem, it was I Am Not Enough, and I really wanted to know where those thoughts were coming from and why I was affected by them so much. So I wrote a poem, and then, you know, I wanted other people to read it and think what they were saying, thought about it, and then everybody was like, oh, you should go to the open mics and spoken word. And I was like, what's that? And kind of like led me into a lady at the VA office when I was getting out of service, when I was retiring out. She was there and she was like, oh, I do spoken word all the time, because I showed her one of my poems, and then she took me, and that was my first time, and I ain't never looked back. So that's kind of where I'm at. If that answered your question.
Yeah. So the military, right? I'm curious,
Yeah.
What made you want to get in the military? What motivated you?
Because to be honest, now this may sound like weird, but I didn't want to be a statistic. Living in, you know, the hood, having babies, being on welfare, and I really wanted college, but I didn't have like money. So it was a great trade to get college to be paid for. So, and without having any debt afterwards. So I joined the military.
Okay. All right. So Just Mike, you know, I talked about it in your bio, but I like for you to just go back and tell us about how you began with poetry. When did you first get the spark? Tell us about that from your own mouth.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me, Brother Orion. Glad to be here. So that experience, of course, you know, from, you know, the tragic passing of my sister, Lorena Lisa Williams, rest in peace to her. She passed away in 1999. And, you know, I always had a love for music and hip hop and artistry. And, you know, I used to watch a lot of artists and love what they do. I love their body of work, the way they would come out with albums and, you know, be on the stage performing. And I wasn't a performer because the gift, you know, it wasn't birthed out of me until after my sister passed. And I ended up writing my first poem to her titled A Letter to Baby Sister. And, you know, it was emotional, but at the same time, you know, it was overwhelming. You know, it was overwhelming. It was exciting. And it was just so much deep in emotion when I begun to write, and it started to turn into poetry, you know. So I'm thankful for the gift. You know, it's opened up so many doors for me. And, you know, I'm just passionate about writing. I'm passionate about music, about artistry, about lyricism and all of that. So I'm glad that poetry found me.
Okay. I want to ask both of you the same question, and you can answer first, Mike, and then Genesis, you can answer. When did you begin to take, when was the moment? First of all, no, let me ask this first. Did you ever think that you would take poetry seriously? And then when did you begin to take it seriously? Because you both are, you know, serious poets from what I see in the work that you're doing.
So for me, you know, I picked up the pen in 2000, about the year 2000, or 1999. And I never stepped on the stage, you know, until I was almost 15 years later is when I end up embracing the stage. And I was inspired from, you know, a man in the barbershop. I told him, you know, one of my visions that I had was to write a book. And his words were, you know, you're not going to write no MFing, you know, book or whatever. And it kind of hurt me at the time. And, you know, truthfully, he was telling the truth until he said that. And it sparked, you know, a fire that's in me and it's still burning on today. And, you know, just for him telling me what I can't do, that made me write a book. It made me get into poetry more. It made me start traveling and embrace the stages. Man, so that's what kind of sparked me. And what was the other question you asked, Brother Orion?
And because I had asked, would you ever take it? I mean, did you ever think that you would take it seriously? And then you really kind of like answered it in a sense, like, when did you take it seriously? You know, Genesis, how about you?
I'm writing the question down.
Yeah, I do this like so.
I'm trying to remember what you said.
Don't
you
feel
said
bad.
the spark, right?
So here's the question again.
Okay.
Did you ever think that poetry would be something that you would take seriously? And
Okay.
obviously both of you have. So when did you take it seriously? Because I asked you about when you began, but
Yeah.
a lot of people write poetry, right? We know that. A lot of
Right.
people, but they don't take that step to taking it seriously as like a career path.
So when did I take it serious, and when was the spark?
Let's just go with, when did you take it seriously? Just to simplify.
Okay. So I started taking this seriously when, well, I was in Hawaii, and I would do like open mics all the time. And then this lady named Entice, who really got me out into like spoken word, not just poetry. She was just like, hey, can you co-host tonight for me? Because I was always there at all the poetry shows. And she was just wanting me to do it. And the first night I did it, we had like a packed house. Like, it was crazy. And I loved the feeling of like seeing other people enjoy the show and, you know, be a part of poetry and speaking their truth and, you know, having all that. So I had moved from there, and I came to Chicago like 3 years ago. And I was like, you know, I like smoking weed, marijuana, okay? So I don't like drinking. I love smoking weed. And it helped me with my anxiety a lot. So I said, I want to do, you know, a Puffin poetry show. People can come, speak their truth, non-judgmental, and people can be free to, you know, speak freely, respectfully, of course, but no judgment, because people deal with suicidal thoughts every day. Just being here in the vision of God, you know, it's like a beautiful thing that we even get to have this human experience. So if we all come together, we'll realize that in the beginning of our experiences that, you know, we all here for a purpose, and we're here to connect with one another. So we bring them together in that environment while smoking Mary J on a, you know, calm day, and, you know, enjoying each other's presence. So that's where I came. And then my first show I sold out, and after that it's just been history. So I've been in the newspaper, and, you know, that's when I took it serious, like, okay, this is my purpose. This is what God telling me I'm supposed to be doing. So, you know, I'm here for the people. Maybe, you know, he sent me here as a prophet amongst other prophets that are real. So that's when I took it serious.
And you know, that's interesting because, like for me, I began taking it seriously as a writer first, but I don't know, and I'm gonna ask you, just Mike, but a lot of people, I think, before hosting an open mic, they kind of like take it seriously, and then somehow they get involved in that for different reasons from what I've seen. How about you? Because with her, it was more like, hey, you know what? Somebody asked her to host an open mic, and the open mic was what made her kind of like, you know, get serious about it. But like, I've hosted a couple times, and I was serious before that. Like, I didn't even see myself hosting an open mic, but I was serious first just as a poet. How about you? How did that work with you?
And, you know, I just did my birthday celebration open mic, which you was there. And I kind of mentioned it to everyone. You know, the first time I was actually, you know, on a stage on a, you know, in front of a whole lot of poets. You know, the competition wasn't a whole lot of people, but when I first time, you know, signing up on the list, you know, putting my name on there, and I can recall myself being the first one, you know, to sign the list. you know, I put Just Mike down there, Just Mike the Poet, and you know, I was kind of serious like you, but after my name was skipped and wasn't called, you know, for hours and hours and went past, and all the poets had left out, and I was still standing there waiting to perform. There was only about 14 people in the room. That's what really, you know, it flipped another switch in me, and that's when I said, you know, I'm really going to take this serious. You know, I'm gonna put everything that I have into this. You know, this is a gift that I'm passionate about. It helped me, you know, in my life. Same thing, you know, with you, sis, and it kind of helped, you know, save my life. So I'm passionate about it, and I'm doing it for a cause. You know, it ain't just up here flipping some bars or trying to win a poetry contest, anything like that. You know, this has helped heal me, and it inspires so many other people, you know, as my journey continues on. So, you know, I usually get struck through pain. So when that pain happened from, you know, somebody tell me never write a book, then going to that open mic and they skipping over my name, not calling me up because they don't know me, know who I am. Like, you know what? At the end of the day, they're gonna know who Just Mike the Poet is, and that's the attitude that I had, you know, since that night.
And I can feel that. I can relate to that because the frustration, the anger is what motivated you. You know, people overlooking you, and that's something that I experienced, and that's why it's kind of funny. Like with her, she was just asked to host an open mic, and you know, she took it seriously from there. But I've had that experience about how open mics are like cliques. I talked to a few people, right? Like it seemed like it's a clique thing. And so for me, having that experience coming in, people don't know you. They might overlook you. They got their friends or the people that they familiar with that they prefer, show a, you know, preference to. That frustrated me. And that was what, and I don't know whether this might, and I like you to answer this, Just Mike. I know some people who started doing open mics just because of that reason, because they felt like they were being excluded or looked over. Was that your motivation, or whatever your motivation was for starting open mic? But I know there's been some people's. How about yourself?
That was also a bit of my motivation as well too, because when I got on the scene, man, and then I just wanted to be heard, man. I wanted to get my words out. So, you know, whenever I do my open mics, man, my number one rule is for everybody to be heard. You know, everybody that signs a list to be heard. You know, if I have to pay for an extra hour just to have the venue space for them to spit and perform, you know, I want everybody to be heard on that mic, whether you reading off the paper, you know, whether you just telling a story or testimony, something you might have been through, or if you're trying to really perfect your artistry and your performance. You know, it's a platform for you to do that. You know, it ain't about no skipping over nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you sign your name first, unless you want to go a little bit later, other than that, you know, you're going to get called. You know, we're not going to put you last, anything like that, because I look at it like a business. You want that person to come back to your open mic, you know, especially if they pay $5, $10 or whatever it is. You know, you want them to come back, and, you know, you just don't do people like that. You don't do artists like that, you know. So, yeah, it did inspire me to start doing my own platforms.
And lastly, this last question for both of you, and then after this question, we're going to go to a commercial break. And you could go first, Mike, with this question. What some of the struggles, right? How difficult and how much of a struggle is it to run an open mic?
Man, it's a lot that's involved and comes with it. I say that, first of all, you have to have patience. You have to have a lot of patience for other people, because you're dealing with, you know, just open mic, you're dealing with attitudes. You are dealing with, you know, I want to say things have to be done in order. You have to be a sense of order, because that's how your set is going to be ran. You know, you have to play certain music. You know, if you come in, you know, rowdy, okay, you might have a rowdy crowd, you know. So to get into like a neo soul feel or something poetic, or even playing music of other poets and artistry and stuff like that. And, you know, you just have to be aware of, I believe, so much, you know me, man, like even with my cell phone, people are calling me, you know, hey, is the event on so-and-so, you know, Google search. We have Google search. So what I do now with my phone is I give it to my assistant. So doing my open mic, I don't even have my phone in my hand. I don't really host my open mics because it's just so much to attend to, as far as hosting, far as getting people signed up, far as checking people at the door, it's so much to cater to. So I think that open mic should be ran kind of with a team. It's good to have a team, which you run an open mic. That's for me, so it's a lot that comes along with it. I do workshops on that particular subject. And people could definitely connect with me through one of my workshops or conferences that I do about hosting and running open mics.
All right, Genesis, how about you?
Enjoy the process, because then you have a better outcome if you enjoy the process, is what I've always been told. It's very complicated sometimes, like he said, you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, a lot of different rules and regulations and stuff you got to do with me. I got a show called Poetica Presents Puffin Poetry. So I have to talk about like the smoking inside, if we be 420 friendly, things like that. And, you got to deal with security because, you want everybody to have a safe, enjoyable night. So that's my responsibility, of course. But yeah, it's always, it has a lot of background noise, but when the vision comes together, it's like a beautiful interpretation once you see it and you excited, because I like to see other people get up there and speak their truth, because you never know, somebody in that crowd could have needed that for that night, because it saved their life in some form or fashion to know, they have other options or other things that they're dealing with. So I do it for, the poets, honestly, is what I like to do it for, because, a lot of people are not heard on a day-to-day basis, and they go there to speak because they don't have anybody else to listen to them.
Okay, all right, thank you. And speaking of high, I've been awake so long, I'm starting to feel like I'm high, y'all. But Instagram world, this is Orion Meadows. We're on the Pick TV network right now, the Hello America show. This is the Poetry World edition of the Hello America, and I'm with my two guests, Jess Mike the poet and Genesis Silverman. Also, Third Eye. We're gonna figure out what that's all about.
I am Genesis. Okay, I am Genesis, which is I am the beginning in the Bible.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna break all that down, and we're gonna talk more about open mics and so forth, and about that damn island she got. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this island. But we go on a commercial break. And come back, y'all, and check us out when we come back.
This short film is dedicated to Lamar Hamlin, who is a man of faith, and the whole world is praying for him to receive a miracle, and we believe God is going to do it.
And I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder, just because, you never know when like the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this, so I'm cherishing it every moment. It feels so surreal, like I can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can, every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder, just because, you never know when like the last day could be that you getting. I'm cherishing it every moment I can.
Hey everyone, it's Anita Vogel from Fox News Channel. How you doing? Hey, we have a special congratulations today for David Evans from the Pick TV Network. Way to go, David. We are so excited about your brand new 5-minute movie clip, A Day with God. 5 minutes. You could do 100 minutes on that, right? But anyway, this is a nice 5-minute condensed version for people to watch. It is educational, it is inspirational, and you don't want to miss it. This is something really special, folks. A Day with God, 5 minutes, brand new movie clip from the Pick TV Network. Congratulations, David Evans and the whole network. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. We want to give you some information so you can learn more about David Evans and the Pick TV Network. Write this down, 202-505-2837. Once again, think Pick, as in Pick TV Network. They have A Day with God. They have other excellent 5-minute movie clips. Check them out. It is really something special, especially in this day and age. This is great programming you don't want to miss. So congratulations again, David Evans. God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Thank you, Brother O. The #1 show in America, man, on Pick TV Network. I'm so happy, man. You done it again, man. I don't know what type of vitamins you have, man. You know, you got to give me some of that Chicago pizza, whatever you're doing out there. You know, we don't have that in D.C., man. So I'm right behind the White House, at the White House in D.C. We still don't have what you got, man. So, man, help us out, bro.
Nah, you know, out here, man, we grind, man. We natural hustlers in Chicago. We get it, man. You know, you just got to get out the mud. So that's what we do, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, get these poets back in here. I want to hear some of them, man. I want to hear what they got down in Chicago.
All right, so I'm going to start with you, Just Mike, because you are accomplished, right? As poets and as entrepreneurs. For you, I want to ask, because I know that you're a recording artist, but you're also a published author. The process, though, right? What's the difference in the experience and process as being a poet who is recording his work as opposed to when you are writing it and getting it published? What's the difference?
I believe that it's probably, you have to have a little bit more patience with writing and, you know, getting it publishing and editing and all of that. Because you have to have a love to do that. A lot of poets and artists, I don't think they're so quick to go through that the publishing process, the editing, or doing self-publishing, or finding yourself a publisher. A lot of times it's going to cost you some money, to do all that. You have to have patience. You have to be willing to invest in what you're doing and have a love for it. As far as recording, it's a little bit easier, to just jump in the studio. Sometimes you can freestyle, or you could go in there and just record a cappella and have a engineer go behind your work and do that for you. So I think that personally for me, recording is a little bit more you're quicker. I would say that you're more quicker to do that versus to go through the writing and publishing process and format and all that. That's for me. So but I love the end part of both publishing and both recording.
So
I love it.
You would say that recording is more gratifying or easier? You're more comfortable with it?
Both of them are challenging, but I would say more so recording. For me, I would say more so getting that in recording, especially working with a great engineer. A lot of time publishing your book, you're pretty much on your own. Pretty much, unless you have someone to help you, a publisher that's really going to take the time and and be patient with you with all of that. I would say it's more so you're quicker to get into a studio. You can do 5 tracks. That's an EP. It doesn't take that long because we have so much material written. As opposed to a book, you don't want to have like 5 pieces in there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have like maybe 20 to 40, 50 poems in a book, opposed to like an album. You could do 7 pieces and record those and be done with it.
Right. Now I know for myself, right? Because I went to school and I studied poetry in school. So a lot of the poetry that's in my publications are not poems that I like perform on stage, because some of them are even lengthy enough to perform. So some of it's kind of like different for me, even with the process of writing, right? It's like when I'm writing something to perform, it's different than some of the pieces that I'm writing for in a book, because my intent is different. Like even possibly some of the people that I know that will read my book may not be the same crowd that would, I guess, see me at an open mic or whatever, right? Because it's different. And I noticed that when I'm at the open mic, okay, the people, a lot of the people there, they're there to see the poet perform, but they wouldn't necessarily go and read what we would call a conventional or contemporary poet or poetic type of book literature, right? Slam. And some people don't necessarily know the difference. You performing at an open mic or at an event, and the difference between that and being in a slam competition. Describe that for us, for people out there who wouldn't know. Or there are some poets that don't even really understand that.
That's for me, Orion.
Yes, it's for you. You the slam champ.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I lost some competition because I had to learn that. I had to learn to be prepared. I remember myself getting in a poetry slam and I just cleaned the first round out and I'm like, well, we got to go another round, and, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't have another slam piece, or a piece that was strong enough. I gave my strongest piece first and that's all I had, so in a slam, you gotta have some ammunition. You have to be well prepared. You have to do pieces that are slam, not your favorite pieces sometimes, as opposed, you kind of have to lean toward what the judges or the audience kind of wants to hear. It's certain pieces that I will perform on open mic that people would love, to hear, but not in a slam. I don't feel like they're strong enough to win a poetry slam. So it is a difference. I say that there's certain catchiness that you have to have with slam pieces and triggers and things that you have to capture your audience with those pieces, as opposed to a piece that I might love. Like, man, I really love this piece. You know, I might get a stand ovation at just an audience, an open mic, or depending on what setting it is. But if I put that in a slam, I might get dropped the first round. You know, so you kind of have to know your what pieces to do in a slam. And I would suggest, as far as a slam, to because I've judged slams before, and I would suggest that you know, if you don't have it, I'm big on memorization. You know, if you're talking slam, I'm big on memorization. I'm big on you know, your stage presence, you know, your vocals and being projecting your voice, and also different material. That's for me. You know, other judges may look at things different, you know, if they can do the same material, but somebody could be versatile and do different pieces. Okay, you hit them with and won the first round with that piece and come back with something else. Like, man, you know, that kind of impresses me. So it is a difference, but I would just say, you know, be yourself, you know, whatever you do.
Okay, so Genesis, back to your name. I am Genesis. Because when I see the 3, I'm thinking third eye in my mind. But now, yeah, I see it. The name. You on mute.
Okay.
There you go.
So this is my book, Thunderstorms Are Meant to Be My Friend. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and I have a book signing at Half Price Books January 21st. I'll be doing some poetry at the bookstore, selling my book. So make sure you guys come out and check it out. It's in Downers Grove, Illinois, Half Price Books. So I am Genesis. Yes, it is representing the third eye 3 because it's 3 points of the eye. It's basically I'm the beginning. Women are the beginning because we create life. We bring life. We have access to another channel that men don't. So we are the creators here on earth. So that's why I am the beginning, because that's who brings life into the world. So that's what it stands for. I'm all for feminine rights and being and sitting in my feminine energy as long as I possibly can.
Okay, I got to hear about this island. Am I the only one paused?
Yeah, I think Genesis, you hit her with a big one, man, and see this time.
What about Just Mike? Just Mike, are you good?
Yeah,
I
Mike.
don't know.
Yeah, I think they all.
Okay, they're back. They're back. Okay, yeah, you guys had frozen for a minute. So Genesis, tell us about this island.
Okay, so about 2 years ago, I purchased an island in the middle of Fox Valley River in Aurora, Illinois. It's 18 West Benton Street. It's going to be a treehouse for adults, and it's going to be for small weddings, birthday parties, family reunions, where people can go rent out the space and be creative. Right now, it's currently being developed. So I'm doing a lot of people go out there and fish. You catch your canoes out there. We do canoes, kayak rides. So it's a interesting, creative place to be for adults and like-minded young artists and entrepreneurs.
Okay, you the first person that I know personally that has purchased an island. You know, I feel privileged actually.
Well, I need as many sponsors, people that want to donate to the cause, because I'm trying to build it for the community to show that we are able to have this access and be out here, you know, supporting each other and bringing these visions that God give us to the world.
Now I could tell the guys in the joint, man, I rock with people that got islands. I came out here and I sat with people that got islands.
Yes. I have an island, and I can send you some pictures maybe next time, or you can show them, or whatever the case may be, or come visit because it'll be open all summer. You guys just check me out on 3YEM_Genesis on IG.
I'm coming. I'm coming to visit. I got to see this. I got to see this.
Come through. It's called Zoetic Island.
I got to flex. So I'm coming to see that. So what I want to do is I want to give you both an opportunity to present some of your work. So I guess I will start with you, Miss Silverman. You got the floor.
Can we curse or no?
Not on national TV, Queen.
Okay. Let me see how would I do this. I think I could do this poem still. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I got poems that I got.
This is what I have prepared for tonight. So I'm like, ooh, I should have asked beforehand. It goes like this. Last week I ran into postpartum. My French mess had me so sick. Body covered in judgment, bruised, but never broken. Talk big, but never spoke it. Yes, blessed. Covered in stress, topped off with a that gave me less. See, postpartum, my French. Mood swinging through motherhood. I guess you never understood. Became depressed because I needed deep rest, so relentless. I wouldn't recommend this. Ladies, remember to not carry unless you marry. In peace. In poem.
All right. That's nice. I love the delivery. I'll be able to hear the explicit version one day. But no, it was still dope, the delivery. It was still dope. It was nice.
I was like, dang, you just did me like that. I'm thinking we could say whatever we want to say. I didn't even know we was doing all this.
But see, this is a lesson for you too, though. You gotta have some poems that don't have that, or
I do
another version. You have to I got a piece called Inmate Appreciation Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say it, and it has profanity in it. But then I also have a version where I don't have it. You know what I mean? I created it because I knew that I would end up in a space where I could use certain words. So,
Yes. I think I pulled it.
No. You might have to do another one anyway. So you might as well start going in your Rolodex and thinking about the ones that that does not have it, or that don't have it rather. Or, change it up.
Okay.
Yes, Mike. Go ahead and bless us. You know what I want to hear, man. You know what I want to hear?
What's up?
So Just Mike is a barber. Give us the one about being a barber. Give us that one, man. I want to hear that one.
Yeah, that's an audience friend lovey piece. Oh no, I said, oh no, I don't want to cut your hair no more. No, not today. Always complaining. And guess what? I don't want to cut your hair no more. No. Oh no, not you again. Storming through the door where you may not know, but I don't want to cut your hair no more. How many you got? Just one, sir. But I wish I had 3 or 4. And maybe you take your cheap behind right back out that door. You see, you just make things harder in my life. Always complaining, and I have a story of why you can't pay the right price. Coming late and holding up Just Mike's dates. Got me cutting you longer because you won't hold your head straight. Running your mouth, making bets, you know you can't pay. Man, I just lost 2 of my best clients because they don't want to wait. Using up all my neck strips to wipe off your sweaty face. Now it's feeling good all day till you came in and gave me a headache. Then you want to use a shaver to get the hair from your ears and nose. Are you serious? With $10? Now y'all see why I don't want to be bothered. It's hard enough getting out of your neck with your tight and dirty collar. Talking about use the black spray. Now you want me to work miracles with the head of God took away. Burden me down with all your problems. Man, I'm not a psychiatrist, a preacher, or Jesus. Using up all my chemicals and tools. Then you want to run off and steal my tweezers. Asking me every 2 minutes, are you done yet? Am I done? Man, you just don't know. When I saw you coming, I wanted to take off and run. And you think you doing me a favor. All the times you get on my chair, talking about, can I pay you later? Shaking my hand, talking about love. And you one of the biggest haters. Man, I'm about to let it all out. 32 years old, talking about what we gonna do about this grade. Well, heck, I don't know. Stop worrying so much and being so fake. You ask me every time how much I owe you. Well, how about my time back and a smile back on my face? And you know what? You can keep your money and take your picky head to someone else's place. Talking about I'm not being fair, and I'm the one holding my nose. Because you done stunk up my check. Man, if all my clients were like you, Just Mike will retire from cutting hair. In peace, y'all.
Hey, and so we got a guest actually watching from Instagram. And you matter of fact, she goes by the handle Fro Foodie on here. But y'all probably seen her, especially you, Mike. You've seen her around. Shakira, isn't that how we pronounce your name? Shakira. You know what I'm talking about, Mike? But she watching anyway. She was inquiring about your island earlier, Genesis. It's in Aurora, right? She's muted, Dr. Evans.
18 West Benton Street.
Okay, yeah, that's what she was. 18 West Benton Street. So that's what she was inquiring. So this was, since both of you guys host open mics, I wanted to ask you, what was the weirdest or worst experience that you might have had at an open mic? I want you to tell me that one, and then what was the greatest experience that you had at an open mic, or most exhilarating? Hosting it now.
Honestly, I've never had a terrible open mic. Like, leading up to it is very stressful, but the night of, you got a lot of drama that happened like before, like you don't have enough chairs, or I had a cease and desist before, and I was like, what's gonna happen? They gonna shut my show down or something. But they didn't. It wasn't for me. It was for somebody else. They thought it was for me, but it wasn't. But I've never had like a bad open mic, like never. So we gonna keep it going. Okay. But the best thing that I loved about my open mic shows, I had 150 something people come to my show, and I was just like amazed at the turnout, because I was just really didn't think people was vibe, but I am a vibe. So, I had to ref it because I was extremely excited. So that was like my favorite thing. And then I had some Def Jam poets come, and I watched them when I was a kid on TV with Mos Def. So I was definitely, starstruck to a certain extent, like, oh my God, I get to be in the room with legendaries, who I see as legendaries, and I just never felt like my feet was big enough to fit in their shoes. And it just turns out they are. Like, that imposter syndrome kind of left real fast when I realized, people want to rock with me. So, I'm just grateful for that, and I'm thankful for it.
Good. You just made my job easier, because I was going to ask you about that too. Some of the people that were that you talked about, that you would have been in the room with. So yeah, thank you for doing that. I had to ask that question. You went ahead and answered it for me anyway. Just Mike, you.
I'm kind of like Genesis. Most of all of my open mics, you know, they have ran smooth, and you know, it's never been anything out the ordinary that stands out, other than when I made a transition from doing my open mics at a church, and you know, the end time was 10 o'clock, and you know, they told me we don't want the mic shutting down at 10. We want y'all out the building at 10, and they wasn't playing because they had literally shut the lights out, you know, and I can recall that, you know, and that kind of made me switch the way I kind of, you know, do things, and I held it up. This is leading into, you know, one of my most maybe happy moments or successful moments is when I did it. A lodge was open to me, and they know they didn't charge me anything, and you know, we went over the time, and they said, "Don't worry about it, just Mike. We love what you're doing, you know, for the community. Man, I love the performances going forward." And there was no charge to come in. You know, people just donated like $2 for socks for the homeless, for the community. And you know, somebody there, they loved what I was doing, and they donated a TV for my raffle. You know, so that was probably one of the most exciting moments for me. And you know, it don't matter what building I'm in, man. I go where the love is at. You know, so you know, those are the two moments for me, as far as like, you know, I'm doing open mics.
I'm not gonna lie to you, right? I have one of my pet peeves is this: when a poem is just too damn long, and the person, no, I'm serious, right? Like when the person keep on going over and over and then over, and then it takes away, but they don't realize is, you know how some people they try to
keep it on.
Yeah, and it's like you took away from it now by constantly going on and on and on, because there has to be an end point. And some people don't know when to cut a poem off, you know, and so that's like, sometimes that's like, that bothers me. Like, could you please end this poem, man? Because you just, you know, and you just got us here. And I saw that happen a few times, man. Like that, I remember I was at this one that Geronimo Speaks. He was right, and there was this one guy, and he just kept on going, and you could just see Geronimo was trying to be like kind of like courteous and nice to him, but the man should have been finished. Like, it wasn't just one piece. He started putting another piece and then another piece, and was like, we know that ain't the same piece, man. That ain't the same piece, man. You done threw some more pieces on there to try to stay on the stage longer. So, we got the music going on. What's happening, Dr. Evans?
Oh, man, I'm just excited, man. This is one of the greatest shows I ever had in Portland. I'm just laughing, man. And we've been talking about this for like the last 4 months to do this poetry show in Chicago. I gotta get some DC folk who poetry too. So we can't let Chicago, you know, serve all the pizza, y'all, and beat us out. I got the White House behind here, so you know, I got to get some people on from DC, man, Maryland, Virginia, to do some poetry too. But brother this is gonna be an amazing show, man. We're gonna have some gifts. We're gonna have a poetry showcase. It's the first one tonight, man, and they are outstanding, man. That barber one is so funny, man. We need to put that into my short movies, man. We need to add that to my movies. And the Queen, man, I didn't know she had that much clout, man. In the island, I'm coming. I got to tell my wife we need a little getaway place to come to. Is it in Chicago, Queen? That's where your island is?
It's in Aurora, Illinois. It's about 40 minutes away from Chicago.
Right.
Wow. I don't. The last time I was there, Michael Jordan was getting ready to retire, and they had won the championship, and they were trying to keep him. So you know how long I've been in Chicago. It's been
That's been a little while.
Yeah. So I want some pizza when I come, though. I want to have a good time. And at your island, this is like. Did y'all hear that, America? This Queen, not Oprah, not Tyler Perry, Not Steve Harvey. This queen on our broadcast has her own island. She bought an island, and we gotta bring you back because we're gonna get some sponsors. We're gonna get some people to help out to do what you do, and we're gonna,
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really would.
We gotta bring you on, and guess what? We got people all over need to be coming to this island. The Queen has an island. People in Brazil, France, come on here. Come on, we got a place we gotta come to. Colombia, Mexico, Panama, Paris, Peru, Argentina. Hey, then we gotta put the Queen's place in here. We gotta add you to the list, on here.
Poetic Island.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So Brother O, man, this has been a wonderful show, man. And we're gonna have to wrap it up, man, and bring them back again. I enjoyed them coming on the broadcast today. And it's a lot of fun. I can tell you in your element too, man. The Prison Freedom show that you over is one vibe, but I can tell you were on a whole different. I mean, you can do this in your sleep, man. I mean, I know you're tired, boss. I know you've been rolling, man, but this is something that your poetry is your pet peeve, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I just wanted to say quickly, how I met Genesis at her spot, right? So Poetic Hive, the Puffin Poetry, right? I had to so they were smoking so much weed there. And I had just come I came straight from work, basically.
Hey, we can't say what the White House behind us.
I had to take my coat off. I'm like, man, I had to take my coat off and had to put it somewhere, right? Because I'm like, man, it was just, I couldn't I'm like, I can't get all this stuff on my coat because it was real smoky in there. I actually got some pictures. It was real smoky in there. So I didn't indulge. Right. But I wanted to just honestly see how she could get a crowd, because just the name in itself, right?
Right.
It's alluring. Right, people. When I saw it, I was like, "Okay, what is this?" I had never heard of it. I Googled poetry events near me, and I saw that, and I was like, "I never heard of that. Why haven't I heard of that?" And so I had to go. I said, "Let me see what this is about." And but it was nice. It was a wonderful experience. So
I want to thank you. Queen, you in the class all by yourself, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I just wanted to do a shout out to OG Radio, who sponsors Poetic High, and my team, Radio Real, and AK, Mr. AK. Like, we do our radio shows is tomorrow. Any poets out there that really want to come spit, they can, hit me up and then get on the mic tomorrow. Come and speak your truth, whatever you need to let out. Let me know.
Just Mike, you any shout outs, anything that you want us to, the audience to know, or whatever before you go?
I just want to say thank you, Brother David Evans, also you, Orion Meadows, and you too, Sister Genesis Queen. I appreciate all of you all, and thank you all for having me. It pretty much y'all can just follow me, man. I'm posting stuff every day, whether it's on my TikTok, my Instagram, or Facebook. Follow me under Just Mike the Poet, JUSTMICDA Poet. I'm trying to, build my following and connect with many people as I can, in 2023. So just make sure y'all follow me if y'all listening to this broadcast, JUSTMICDA Poet. And also want to hit the island with you, Orion Meadows. So when you go, don't leave me behind, bro. I want to go to the island too, man.
Yeah, we gonna hit her up. And with that being said, Genesis, take us out with a piece. I'm putting you on the spot. That's what I do. I do this all the time.
Okay, so I just went through like a separation, and I was in my Fifi. So this is the poem that I came up with. As we all go through our feelings, it goes like this: I may be cute to the opposite race, but I wear my brokenness all over my face. And that's not attractive in my particular case, because these men can smell it from a mile away. See, these breadcrumbs you fed me then fill my cup, but I sure ate it up. waiting my worthiness away, hoping that you were here to stay while I slave and pack your guilt away. See, I'm feeling this worthy, come sit and play like it's a video game. But once you put the controllers away, see your checkers, I'm chest built to rumble with the rest. I can contest that I'm the best, even when I knew you gave me less. Causing this stress, having my appetite become so useless, so pressed to carry your name, I forgot to maintain my breath. Breathe. Clouded under a pile of memories, remembering all the things that you said to me, trying to cash the check of promises that you gave me, but it bounced, so I bounced. Peace and blessings to you and yours.
Wow, Genesis, you are thebomb.com. Hey,
thank you.
You're just super great. You know, all you guys, please come back again. Help make this show a great show. This is our first one tonight, America. Will not be our last, Brother O. You want to come on Pick TV Network, be on our brand new coaching Poetry World show channel from Washington, D.C. to Chicago. Come on, let's do it. You know, those of you watching right now. And let's support Pick TV Network. How can you do that? You can be a blessing to the network by giving a donation to help us to do these shows and programs. It is so important for us to sow. So get your phones, take a moment, and when you get your phone, what I want you to do is to go to QR code right on your phone and just give a donation of any size. You see that QR code right by Queen? That QR code is the way that you can give. Queen is right beside you. Point through that QR code to them. There you go, right there. You got it. Get your phone and just go to that QR code, scan that QR code, give a donation. Any size donation helps us to stay alive. It's very important, folks. We bring you, the best when it comes to inspiration, the best in education, the best in information, and the best in entertainment. These are poets, y'all, on our show. And Brother O is a giver. He's an investor. He's takes his time to help out our network to grow. It's very, very expensive to do a television broadcast all over the world with 60 channels. But with your help and with the help of God, we've been able to do it. So any size amount, if some of you may want to give 32, 22, 10, whatever, 5, whatever, it helps our network to stay alive and for us to do what we want to do. Hey, I want to thank you guys for coming in tonight. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. No,
thank you for having us.
This is your first time, but will not be your last time. Brother O is going to make sure that those are watching right now, look at the repeats on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn. We're showing repeats for 30 days, so you guys can see this over and over and over again. Show it to your friends. Let everybody know about this. And Queen, I want to come on your broadcast too. You guys don't forget about me.
I got you.
I don't mind showing up down there.
You're welcome to come.
All right.
Welcome.
And I can't wait to my man Mike. You got to be on my 5-minute movie presentations, man. I love your vibe. I love your energy, man. Love your spirit, man. And Brother O, you did it again, boss. We been talking about the shows and programs to kick off this year. A lot of people don't know. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute.
What you got for us?
Man, Brother O, this man has his own award from the Pick TV Network. An award, the Prison Freedom Channel, Pick TV Network. This brother right here. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to move it.
Yeah, you got it.
Right there. He has this award, this trophy. It's big too. And we put this in the archives, the #1 show of the year. This man right here, y'all, he's the one. I want to thank him for the shows and programs that he brings on our network to help us to reach people around the world. And I salute you, bro. Whenever you call me, I'm gonna answer the phone, right? You got the hotline. You see that house right behind me? That is the most powerful house in the world. And you can get through to it, man. You can get through to it, man. I'm here in DC, And I'm so happy for all of you watching the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, we also praying for Brother Hamlin. Please, everybody, this brother, we watched him on the football field, and he's fighting for his life. We're praying for his mother. We're praying for all of the family members that he has there. And this is a special time, folks, that he's not out the neck of the woods totally yet, but we're praying for him. And I need everybody who watching, let's pray for him. Let's pray for his family. And we dedicated a short film that I put together for him. It's only a minute and like 21 seconds, but I had to do something for our brother. And then we dedicate to him. We're going to close out with this.
This short film is dedicated to Lamar Hamlin, who is a man of faith, and the whole world is praying for him to receive a miracle, and we believe God is going to do it.
And I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this, so I'm cherishing it every moment. It feels so surreal, like I can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can, every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting. I'm cherishing it every moment I can.
Thank you again for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Pick TV Network.
This short film is dedicated to Lamar Hamlin, who is a man of faith, and the whole world is praying for him to receive a miracle, and we believe God is going to do it.
And I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this, so I'm cherishing it every moment. It feels so surreal, like I can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can, every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting. I'm cherishing it every moment I can.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Clark Atlanta, what's up? Hey, Spellman. Michael B. Jordan here. I want to surprise you guys with my favorite food trucks. Oh, I may have an extra surprise waiting for a few of you guys.
Go see the trailer. I'm crazy. We got it. Come on, let's go have our lunch and let's go prepare for this.
Please hold your love for Michael B.
I know how tough it is to be a young creative, so I'm gonna pull a couple names. I'm gonna give $3,000 to your education.
This pays all my student debt.
Oh yeah, and everybody here is definitely getting tickets to the premiere, so I'll see you guys. This is the first ever trailer for Creed 3. You guys are the first people to see this in the world, period.
Creed 3.
In theaters.
March 3rd, 2023. It's going to be amazing.
Whew. I love it.
Adonis Creed. I've been living with this character for 8 years. We laughed, cheered, cried together. The core pillar of this franchise is figuring out who you really are and what's worth fighting for. In Creed 3, I wanted to know what Adonis's limits were. So, to be able to finally step behind the camera and continue to elevate and evolve this story is something I'm eternally grateful for.
Hey, my man, can I help you? You don't remember me, huh?
Damien. As a storyteller, you really put a piece of yourself into your films, from personal desires and goals to shortcomings, failures, mistakes.
Curious what happened with you two?
We was like brothers.
I was the best, though. Man, I never got a chance to prove that.
Creed 3 is not just your typical boxing movie. We really wanted to take advantage of the emotional journey of the characters and put that into the ring and have it pay off in a physical way.
Something is going on with you.
Damien was like family.
Hey, what you doing, man?
Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
Do what I gotta do. Some of my methods, you might disagree with me.
This is the first sports film to be shot on IMAX cameras. With the IMAX experience, you can take in the environment in a way that you normally wouldn't. You're able to see every bead of sweat, every impact, the ripples in the skin, the sounds of the footsteps, the punches, the music, the lack of sound, and really immerse yourself into the entire world.
I'm coming for everything.
You threatening me? Everybody has a past. Everybody has things that they wish they could have done differently. So to be able to see a character like Adonis go through some of those things, I hope audiences walk away feeling inspired. Have the courage to do something that you normally wouldn't do.
I ain't scared of death. What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
I need you to let go of your fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
I want people to walk away from this movie feeling better than they did when they walked in. I think that's something that's powerful about cinema.
This short film is dedicated to Lamar Hamlin, who is a man of faith, and the whole world is praying for him to receive a miracle, and we believe God is going to do it.
And I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this, so I'm cherishing it every moment. It feels so surreal, like I can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can, every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder just because, you never know when, like, the last day could be that you getting. I'm cherishing it every moment I can.
Hey everybody, this is David Evans, President Pick TV Network. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching our shows and programs on the Pick TV Network. Listen, we're so happy for all of you who rolling with us and supporting us in 2023. We got some new shows, new programs, new lineup, new channels coming at you. And we soon going to be on brand new platforms too. Yeah, people have been waiting for us over in the Amazon Fire Stick world been waiting for us. The Apple TV world been waiting for us. The Google world been waiting for us. Yeah, we are coming. We're on your way. And I want to thank everybody who helped me with our short films on Pick TV Network, the Academy, and those who with the Academy and those who I studied from. Our short films on Pick TV Network. Also on YouTube, when you get a chance, everybody who has YouTube, and that means everybody in the world, I want you to go over to YouTube and watch our short films and send the link. We want to get our numbers up on YouTube. So you who are watching with us, this will be a big, big blessing if you can YouTube Pick TV Mini Movies. Pick TV Mini Movies on YouTube. You'll see our mini movies that I put together, mini movies that I'm featuring in. We up to like short films, maybe over 20 right now. And many of 5 minutes or less. A short film that you'll really enjoy is A Day with God series. We got up to maybe 19 series of A Day with God. Then we have Miracle Tuesday, shot at the location of St. Stephen's Baptist Church. Shout out to everybody on the staff. Elder Gant, love you, and the staff there, Bishop Twyman, and everybody on the staff there who serves people every Tuesday from the DMV and all over. Miracle Tuesdays is another short film that we have on the Pick TV network. When Trees Cry. These are short films that I know you're going to enjoy, and they're not long. We purposely made short films so when you guys watch them, you will enjoy our short films. Let me show you a little bit one I did.
Hello, my friend. My name is David Evans. Thank you for your time. I was so happy today to make this short movie presentation just to inspire and motivate people. And I thought about this title, When Trees Cry, because everybody can relate to seeing a tree and having the trees around. But could you ever think about the tree itself? We human beings, we're not human things, but the trees, they are nature's greatest gift. One of God's greatest gifts to the world is trees that produces oxygen, trees that produces shade. Trees have a special significance in the earth. It's beautiful. And when these trees that we see go through a transformation, it's major. So I entitled this message, When Trees Cry. Welcome to this special segment, When Trees Cry, presented by David Evans, and dedicated to everybody who are nature lovers. When Trees Cry. As you look at these trees right here, the trees are beginning to lose leaves. Leaves that was once strong and vibrant. Leaves that was once producing shade and oxygen. Now the leaves have fallen to the ground. Trees are beginning to cry. They're crying because now the tree that used to be strong and vibrant, now the changing of the season and time, the trees are no longer growing in that place, and some even fall down and loses life forever. Then other trees begin to grow and blossom. And as time goes on, these trees again will lose the leaves, and leaves will fall to the ground. When the leaves fall to the ground, these same trees that...
Wow. I know you want to see more, and you can see more. Go over to YouTube, Pick TV Mini Movies, or if you have Roku television, we have a short films channel where you can watch all of our short films that we put together. And it's original Pick TV Network mini movies, A Day with God, 5 Minutes with God, When Trees Cry, and some more inspirational short films. This is one of the gifts that God has given me, is to do short films. I never thought in my life, in a million years, that I would be doing short films such as you see now. And I want to thank everybody who inspired me, encouraged me, motivated me. We want to do over 100 short films this year. We're going to do in 2023, over 100 short films. Think about it. A Day with God. That's something that we can get so many series out of. We're up to 19 series of The Day with God. And then to see our short films, 5 Minutes with God. Think about just every day out of 365 days in the year, the 5 minute with God is that's 300 mini movies right there, short films. And what we do, we keep them 5 minutes or less, short films. We know a lot of people have short attention spans, and a lot of people, will give you 5 minutes if it's worth their time. And I really, really want to thank everybody. And I want to thank Fox 5, who supports us and pushing us. Amazing. Sometimes I just get lost for words, because when I see where we come from in such a short time, I'm amazed.
Hey everyone, it's Anita Vogel from Fox News Channel. How you doing? Hey, we have a special congratulations today for David Evans from the Pick TV Network. Way to go, David. We are so excited about your brand new 5-minute movie clip, A Day with God. 5 minutes. You could do 100 minutes on that, right? But anyway, this is a nice 5-minute condensed version for people to watch. It is educational, it is inspirational, and you don't want to miss it. This is something really special, folks. A Day with God, 5 minutes, brand new movie clip from the Pick TV Network. Congratulations, David Evans and the whole network. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. We want to give you some information so you can learn more about David Evans and the Pick TV Network. Write this down, 202-505-2837. Once again, think Pick, as in Pick TV Network. They have A Day with God. They have other excellent 5-minute movie clips. Check them out. It is really something special, especially in this day and age. This is great programming you don't want to miss. So congratulations again, David Evans. God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
This short film is dedicated to Lamar Hamlin, who is a man of faith, and the whole world is praying for him to receive a miracle, and we believe God is going to do it.
And I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder, just because, you never know when like the last day could be that you getting to experience something like this, so I'm cherishing it every moment. It feels so surreal, like I can't even describe it, but I cherish it every second that I can, every second of every day. We just had our prayer, our DB prayer we do every Wednesday. Outside, he was next to me, and I just grabbed his hand a little bit harder, just because, you never know when like the last day could be that you getting I'm cherishing it every moment I can.